Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we will explore a significant event that took place on June 12th. This event is described through the personal account of Kenneth Okonkwo, who was an eyewitness. His words provide a unique perspective on what happened that day. Kenneth Okonkwo, a prominent figure, found himself right in the middle of this unfolding event. His presence allowed him to observe the happenings closely. He recalls the crowds, the conversations, and the emotions that filled the air. Let's hear from him.
I was an eyewitness in June 12. I saw you there. And so when I'm talking now, I'm talking as an eyewitness. 1966, somebody can say, and that was why I quoted all the people that said the things they said in 1966. But in June 12, I was an eyewitness. So whatever I say now, I stand by it. First of all, June 12 would have been one of the best things that would have happened to Nigeria, because it was a day Nigerians went out to vote for a president in the freest, fairest election, where a man who contested the election, MKO Abiola, won fair and square. That suddenly what would have been the best suddenly turned to become the worst, because for no reason known to common sense, for no reason known to any reasonable person, the election was annulled by Babangida, and Babangida alone, and unleashed the unrest on the country and Nigerian people. Now, let's talk about the transition program of Babangida. Immediately, Babangida overthrew Buhari on August 27, 1985. He promised from that same day that he was going to hand over power to a democratically elected government by 1990. Along the line, he set up a political bureau that advised him on what to do. And within the time, summarily, let me just move summarily. When it was getting to 1990, Babangida decided that he was going to experiment with diarchy. In other words, a system of government where the civilians will be elected and the military will also be in power. And he used that opportunity to extend his transition from 1990 to 1992. Babangida did not blame anybody that the person was responsible for the extension, because being a military head of state, his word was law. He ruled by decrees. And you know what? Babangida said, I dominate my environment with the power of firearms. So he was in charge and he was in power. Babangida had been a professional coup plotter, so he knows everything about coup plotting. And everybody knows that you make a mistake, you're gone. You recall that his best man in his wedding, Mama Mfasa, he tied him on the stake for rumors of coup and shot him. So no military junior of IBB ever in his front took him for granted, because they know the consequences. When the Oka people did the coup, he shot all of them. Even when there was a court martial that exonerated some of them and said they will not face death penalty, IBB constituted another court martial that retried those people and decided to kill all of them. It was Major General Ike Nwachukwu that was the head of the first court martial that condemned the first set of people and exonerated the rest. But IBB set up another one and they had to kill the others. So you can imagine such a man, and then he will say something and you're telling me that another person influenced him to change his mind. No. So he shifted it from 1990. All other elections of the lower level, they were being held. But when it comes to the one of the presidency, it will be shifted. So from 1990, shifted the presidential election to 1992. In 1992, before then, IBB decided that he was not satisfied with all the political parties that the politicians set up for themselves. He decided to set up the political parties for the politicians. So IBB set up National Republican Convention and set up Social Democratic Party and told politicians to join in. He wrote their constitutions for them, wrote their manifestos, and he was in charge of all the security apparatus. So IBB owned the transition. So how can you own the transition? He built the secretariats for the parties in all the 700, in all the local government.
Kenneth Okonkwo's account of June 12th provides valuable insight into the complexities of that day. His experiences remind us that every event carries multiple stories and emotions. Kenneth's words encourage us to continue striving for understanding and progress. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this account meaningful, kindly share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.